What's up, guys? Pittsburgh White Schwartz back again. It's me, Carmen. I'm here joined with Zach, who's sleeving up Goblin Slayer over there.
Don't mind me.
So today I'm going to run through a deck that we're admittedly a little bit late on. We're going to run through Zoomer Monogatari or Aobuta Bunnygirl, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're a little late on this. We have like two players who really play this set a lot, but like our schedules never sync up, and we just had to just do it because it's getting to be old, and you maybe not even see this deck much after everything else hits.
Yeah.
So, all right, starting off, 4 of the Notica runner. This card sends you directly to jail. Do not collect $200. But yeah, she's 3K on your turn, and she's a mill runner. Mill runner's pretty good in standby. Oh, Andy's here too. Yeah, mill runners help set up your standby stuff. Swinging in at 3K on your turn, you don't really care about what runners are on your opponent's turn because they're just going to dodge battles. So swinging in at vanilla stat line's pretty good. Moving on. So we're going to run 3 of the Mai. Spoiler alert, we are not running the Mai level 3. We run this because this set doesn't have any fucking usable filtering tools, and this is one of your best ones. This is an on-death Rize, and when it goes to waiting room, so when it becomes reversed, Rize is reveal top 3. If you do, add a card, pitch a card. Then, yeah, when it goes to waiting room, if you have the 3/2 Mai, you can put it in memory, but we don't play that because Notica is better. But yeah, the big problem with Aobuta, at least from my standpoint, is that the deck is really lacking in filtering tools, using meaningful filtering tools, which is also why we're running 3 drop searchers. So it's just pay 1, search an adolescent. It also has mill 2. If you hit a climax, give 1,500 somewhere.
I believe it searches adolescent characters.
Yeah, adolescent characters. Yeah, so this card actually didn't function until very recently. Thanks, Bushiroad.
Did they fix it?
Yeah, they did fix it. It took them 2 tries to do it, though. Yeah, so
Typical Bushiroad.
Again, the big problem with this set, at least for me, is that filtering tools, meaningful, costless filtering tools, are not very abundant or are not really selective. So we have to run like 3 drop searchers. Moving on, we have this like absurdly expensive brainstorm for no reason. When you play a climax, you can give something a level and 500 power, and it's a search brainstorm. It fixes you for blue, and it's like $35.
It gives a level, right?
Yeah, only when you play a climax.
That's really handy, though.
Yeah. It's not as handy as you...
Especially for your early plays, right?
Yeah, it's not as useful as you think because of another card we run on the list, which we'll get into at level 1. But yeah, the effect is fine. It's just gravy. It's just the best brainstorm in the set, and every deck runs it. So this other filtering tool is Shop Promo. You put a character in your hand to clock, and then you top check 3. You can add anything. So it's like a costless Kazuma, but whatever. Again, it's just like, you see, like we're running all this filtering tools. These are the only 3 filtering tools in the set that aren't like the trial deck. There's a filter, there's a top check filter and a brainstorm. That's it. So it's just like, we have to run a lot because we're a standby deck. We need a lot of filter.
Mm-hmm. And you might need to like go through it.
Yeah.
You might lack some milling tools, so I feel like you're probably relying on brainstorm.
Yeah, because if you don't hit the Koga at level 2, which is your main standby target, is this card. If you don't hit the Koga at 2, you just lose the game. You just completely fall behind. So you have to get there, which is why we're running the Rize and stuff, even though we're not running the target. Other one we run. So this Koga is pretty dank. It's on play, top check 2, rearrange, which is always good effect, especially in a standby list, and on attack, pump something 15. So it's just a usable card no matter what point in the game. If you didn't have to run all this filtering to ensure your level 1 would pop up every time, you could probably run 3 of this. This card's really good. Moving on to level 1, where we get to play my favorite card, my favorite character. I love Kaede. Where's the other one? Here she is.
Kaide's on this card.
Kaede combos with a standby. Kaede combos with a standby, and she's on reverse salvage. Plussing twice off 1 card is dumb. It's vanilla stats, so like, which sounds terrible, but like, with a backup, this goes to 75, and like a lot of shitter decks in English like can't beat that, especially Konosuba.
I feel like a lot of people look at 5,500 power needing a reverse and saying, it's just not big enough. But usually you can find a level 0 to pick off.
And
with
you have stuff like runners, so you can create open lanes so they swing you harder and it's first deck and you eat damage because you're a good player. And you go to level 1 first and farm them. That's the forehead strategy.
Here's how I look at it. Like, you're running standby anyways because standby's good, and it's just gravy that you have
a combo
that you can more often than you'd think get off.
And like I said, the Shoko effect isn't that great because we're running this Futaba. She's on play, she gets a level, and for no reason. She's just on play, get a level and 1,000 power, so she swings in at vanilla stats. Then she gives something X on your board, so for other, so she can give 2K, which is pretty good for getting Kaide reverses. It's a pretty good card. I don't know why it's so fucking like. I don't know. It's like the perfect card for this. We run 2 because we run this fucking anti-meta jank garbage. This is the profile you hate to see. This is actually the best level 1 standby target you can find in the set. Because the 1/1, the Silica clone, needs fucking experience, which literally makes the card not function because you want to standby it out at 0, and you don't have experience at 0. It's like the dumbest shit. And you want to save all your high-level characters because that's the way this deck works. You hit level 2 and you just stop taking damage, stop playing the game. So, yeah, this is your best standby target. These anti-meta cards, these 1/1s that can't get reversed by cost zeros are, like, better than you think, depending on your meta. So, yeah. Last card, we run of this 2K backup because the list is so fucking tight you can't make space to run 2. And that's it.
A lot of green at level 1.
Yep. Green, red. All right, level 2, pretty easy. This Koga, it's an 11K if you have a full board. That's it. That's your standby target. Fucking boring card. Stupid.
Is that the only blue you run in the list?
No.
Are you ever hard playing this?
No, never. If you hard play that, you lose the game.
Oh.
Yeah. If you have to hard play that, you lose the game. Also, 1 ditch 2 anti-change. Anti-change is good. People see anti-change and play like idiots. And it's effectively a money counter if your opponent is stupid. So you run it because they lose an attack.
Oh, yeah.
And they lose damage. So, and that's exactly what you don't want to do in this deck is never fucking take damage because you run a bazillion vanilla fucking healers. I fucking love Aobuta. I love heal looping. You play this Kaede, she plays for 1 and she heals you. You play this Shoko, she also heals you and she swings for like 11-5. Yeah, that's it. So the Kaede, if you don't know how it works, on play you reveal top. If it's a level 1 or lower, it goes to stock. And she just heals to waiting room. So she is effective. That's going to hit pretty much all the time because you're making sure that your waiting room is mostly your standby targets and you're holding all your early plays and stuff. So your second deck will naturally usually have a higher ratio of 0s and 1s. So this hits like very, very often. It's an 8-5. It's just like who cares? Just like a level 1, 2 soul, whatever. You just play it every turn.
You have a few ways to top check too, like with
with the Kogas. Yeah, so you basically hit that. It's just it's 1 heal for 1, swing for 2. It's pretty dumb. This one's 2 or less, and this one's more about like clearing an opponent lane because it swings in at 11-5. Only on your turn though. It's small on the other turn. But yeah, 5 early play healers. That sounds like a fun deck. This is your standby target at level 2. It's this Koga. This Koga is actually super sick. This is one of the only actually good cards in the set. It's a 2K assist to all adolescence characters. If you hard play it from hand, it plays for 1. It heals the stock. Because why wouldn't you run another healer? Now we have 7. And then it has this super dank effect, which is pay 5, both players heal 4 if you're at level 3. It's pretty cool when you're about to win, and then your opponent says, no, I'm 3-0 now again. It's pretty cool. You don't use this
it's very good if you draw the game out long, which is what Aobuta wants to do.
Yeah, anyway. It's what the deck does. Yeah, it's like a super, super grind deck. It's just a really good effect on a card that you would already play and standby anyway. If you play like 1 or 2 of these healers, and then I should mention this early plays for 4 or more, so it's just fucking free condition. Doesn't matter. 4 or more, 2 or less. And this one, if you get this out and like both of these, like I don't know what you do. It's like dumb, super, super dumb. Like if you hit standby. moving on to actual level 3s, because like this is basically your level 2 game plan. We got the Futaba that everyone's afraid of. It's bodyguard. In the center lane, it's a 12-5. It's got a great performance, which means you have to front attack it. And when it gets reversed, pay 1, pitch 1, burn 1. So yeah, you basically just don't get to play the game when Aobuta gets to level 3 unless you have a way to deal with this, which is why this is the reason why everybody started running bounce. And
to clarify, the extra power only kicks in when
you're at level 3. Right? Yeah. Okay. So if you stand by this out,
she always has great performance.
Yeah, but she always goes to 12-5. No, she doesn't have great performance till you at level 3. Okay. She always has the power, so it's always a good thing to stand by because it's massive if it's in the center lane. But it doesn't get great performance till level 3. So if someone is dumb and they try to slam this in the center, just kill it before they get to level 3. Or that's an out to it. But some people have to be stupid to do that. Lastly, we are running the Notica Bouncer because she's literally just better than Mai. All we do is hold field and get big bodies. So what's a good thing when you have to overswing for 3s and 4s? I don't know. Decompressing your opponent from the top 4 cards of their deck sounds pretty good. Yep. And it's also off a gate, so you don't even have to choose between like, oh, well, like one's a better trigger or not. Between this and the Mai, they're the same fucking trigger. Like, and you just get to run 3 bouncers. 3 bouncers, draw ditch. It's like on play, bounce, draw ditch. So it's like it filters you.
Is it bounce for free?
Yeah, bounce for free. It's on play. And then it's on attack, pay 1, pitch 1, check opponent top 4, delete any climaxes you find there, shuffle the rest back, and then shuffle their deck.
I think bouncers are becoming more and more relevant.
And you get to run 3
with other people playing, Aobuta decks running the Futaba.
Goblin Slayer on the way.
Goblin Slayers here. We have what's the other one? Fate with their riders.
Riders. Yeah.
The hand.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, I've been very sarcastic throughout this whole deck, and that's because this deck is freaking boring. Like, Aobuta's like the most boring vanilla deck that you can possibly play. You can definitely better player people with it because like the way the deck works and like understanding the game, but like, dear God, playing this deck puts me to sleep. Like, it's just such a boring list.
It seems a bit sackier than most standby lists to me. Like, I feel like the ceiling's a lot higher because you have...
Yeah, it's a high roll standby deck.
I think it has the best standby targets, but you don't really have a good way to top check and set up standby.
And that's
it's like the opposite of no game, no life.
Oh, yeah. It is the standby deck that high rolls higher than other standby decks. And that's why people like it. So, all right, we'll go over the climaxes real quick. 4 standby, 4 gates. That's it. And before we wrap, there's another really good card that I am always like messing with. Like, do I really need that on reverse Rize at 0 or do I not? If I didn't, I would definitely run the Notica coin flipper. I'm a slut for these cards. I love them. I think they're broken. This and a runner is really dumb if this hits and the other thing. So just something to think about. I wanted to mention it because I really do believe in these cards, especially in lists where you're running naturally low 0 counts and stuff. It's just a strong, like, these are cards that when they hit, sometimes you just win the game. Like, they're really, really, really strong effects. And when they whiff for you, especially in this deck, because you double plus off Kaide, doesn't really mean anything. So just something to think about. And yeah, I think that's it. Like always, we're recording this at Heroes Inc. We're about 10 minutes from the airport. We play on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you're in the area, come check us out. In terms of the channel, by the time this goes up, the wrap-up will definitely be up. And maybe JoJo's will be up too. We have that in the pipeline. The pre-review, I know people are super hyped for JoJo's, and we are too. So keep a lookout for that. And other than that, I think that's it. You guys got anything to add or?
No, nope. Not really.
Yep, boring deck.
Thanks for watching, guys. Slap like
See ya.
down.
Slap like. See ya.